start recording right now. So welcome to our new coach call for February. We run one of these calls each month to just help new coaches kind of understand the first things to focus on to build the foundation of your business, to earn your first paycheck, and to kind of know how to sift through the overwhelm, because there's so much information available. But as a new coach, I want you to focus on the things that are going to help you get up and running, rather than looking at things that people might be doing who have been in this business 5, 6, 7 years. Because really what it comes down to, whether you're a coach starting today or a coach who has a 7-figure business and has been doing this for a decade, it comes down to the fundamentals. And so these are the things to master to kind of get up and running. So the first thing that's most important is you need to show up and get your own results. So the results, your own results, and the results that you will eventually help people get are the backbone of your business, because that's what this is about, right? The income is awesome. The trips you can earn are awesome. All that stuff is great. But what it comes down to is living a healthy life for ourselves and helping other people live a healthy life as well. That's the core of what this team is about. So typically what I recommend for new coaches is to start with a program like 21 Day Fix or Shift Shop, something that's about 3 weeks long, so you can start sharing that journey right away and have a progress photo to share very quickly into your business. If you have been working with Beachbody for a while, which Paige, I know you have, you likely have results already that you can share, and that's amazing too. But what you really want to do is go all in with a program and start sharing that journey consistently. Whether it's on Instagram in your stories or a daily post, Facebook, whatever platform you want, and we'll talk about that in a second. But priority number 1 is pick a program, go all in, and share the journey of getting those results. And by the way, your results don't need to be anything crazy. You don't need a crazy weight loss story or a 6-pack to inspire people. Your results just need to be like, look, I showed up every day for this program. I put in my all. And your results don't even need to always be physical. Talk about how you made your health a priority. Talk about how you switched up your morning routine to fit in a workout. Just talk about what happened from day 1 to day whatever in the program that you choose. Your success is a direct result of how hard you're willing to work and put in and the results you get. So share how you're doing this while you're living your life. I always use Vanessa as an example for this, because she'll share in her Insta stories like how she's working her business or reading personal development while she's waiting for her son to finish up at practice, or while she's waiting for something to go on at work, which is in a small break. Show people how you're doing this while your other life is still coexisting, because nobody becomes a coach and then just coaches. This is fitting into the life you're already living. And by sharing those things, by sharing how busy you are, it doesn't turn people off from coaching. It shows them that coaching is possible. It shows them that Beachbody workouts as a customer are possible no matter what. So don't shy away or hide your busy life. Use that to show how this fits in. I recommend that you use 2 platforms for your business as a start. There's so many options, right? There's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's some people do Snapchat, there's Pinterest, LinkedIn, networking apps like Shaper, Bumble Biz. There are so many platforms. Pick 2 and try to learn as much as you can about those 2. So Instagram is probably the most popular, excuse me, followed closely by Facebook. You don't have to make a new account on your Instagram, but if you want to, you certainly can. I did. I was very nervous starting as a coach, with family and friends kind of being non-supportive or judgmental, and I didn't want to feel like I was bothering anybody. So I created Foodie Turned Fit specifically for Beachbody, but you don't have to do that. If you're already, living this lifestyle, you already have friends who are coming to you who know you do these workouts, you can certainly use your existing platform. But I do recommend, if you're using Instagram, that you set up a business account. So you can switch your personal account to a business account, or like I said, you can create a new account. But switch it to a business account, because you get amazing analytics that way for free, where they're going to show you when the people are following you are on, how likely they are to engage in certain types of posts. It's just really helpful from a business standpoint to utilize that platform in a better way. Then what I typically recommend is, if you have an Instagram business profile, you can link it to a Facebook like page. So this is obviously separate from your personal Facebook page, and it's important because there are a lot of rules on Facebook about promoting businesses on personal pages, or try to solicit sales or recruiting from a personal page, and they could actually shut down your entire account, which is very frustrating. So if you're going to use Facebook, my dog's chasing a squirrel, I recommend setting up a like page, even if in the beginning, all you use that like page for is to share your Instagram posts too. There are some things you can do on your personal page to kind of skirt around those rules, but it's very kind of a fine line, and they're getting more and more strict. So I usually recommend setting up a like page. Plus, a business page on Instagram cannot actually link to a personal page on Facebook. So you'll need that in order for the two to be synced up. The first thing I recommend that you do as a coach, as a new coach, is create a post either on your personal page or on your Instagram page asking people to support your new business page. So if you set up a new account, ask people to support and share this post to support your new fitness page, or ask people to start following you on Instagram. And then ask people that you feel very comfortable with to share that post as well, to just start to get the word out. This isn't like a mass crazy, like you're going to get 1,000 new followers in a day. But in the beginning, and really what we do every day, is you want to focus on changing even just one life. If one person is inspired by your post to get up and work out, that is a huge success, and that is something worth celebrating. So kind of start to ask people to even just share your post. Even if they never want to purchase Beachbody from you, you're not asking them to do that. You're just asking them to support this new page that you've created. For your bio, I'm going to talk specifically about Instagram, because this is definitely where most coaches are getting their businesses started. So you want to set up your bio without saying like, I'm a Beachbody coach, or don't put your Beachbody coach link in your bio. That's kind of just like a product push in your face, buy this, and it doesn't really work. You really want people to connect with you. So what I recommend is you come up with a title for yourself, whether it's fitness coach or lifestyle coach, wellness coach. Choose something that you like, that you feel confident sharing, and then just own it. Always refer to yourself as that. Obviously, Beachbody is going to come into it. You're going to be talking to people about Beachbody, but initially just pick a title that you really like, that resonates with you, and make sure you put that in your Instagram bio. Don't talk about Beachbody in your hashtags. So this is a huge mistake I see a lot of coaches using. They'll say, they'll put up a post talking about their results or whatever, and then they'll do hashtag Shakeology, hashtag Beachbody, hashtag Beachbody coach, hashtag program name. Gus, I'm busy. The problem with that is that the only people that are using or searching Beachbody hashtags are Beachbody coaches. You can't work with a Beachbody coach because they already have a coach that they're working with. You can't work with somebody who is working with a Beachbody coach because that would be like icky and unethical, and you're not trying to steal customers from people. So when you're using hashtags on your posts on Instagram, don't use hashtags on Facebook. Make sure that they're just relevant to the picture that you're posting and your personal brand. So people get kind of freaked out when we bring this up, but really all I want you to do is think about 4 or 5 things outside of Beachbody that make, he's staring at me while he does it. Gus, come on. That make you special, that make you who you are. So are you a mom? Are you a new mom? Are you becoming a mom? Are you planning a wedding? Are you a newlywed? Are you a dog mom? Do you love Target? Are you obsessed with Lululemon? Do you love Orange Theory Fitness? Like, that's not Beachbody. It can still be relatable. Think about these things that you like. Do you like DIY or home projects, travel, beach days, whatever it is, and kind of incorporate that into your brand. I know I'm really moving really fast, but we do have specific trainings on each of these. So for now, I want to get you all the information, and then as your new coach mentorship, you'll get into the specific trainings for each one. Once you have your 4 or 5 topics, hold on, sorry guys, come on. Okay, once you have your 4 or 5 topics, come up with like I call them hashtag clouds, but really it's just groups of 30 different hashtags related to those topics. So the more specific you can get here, the better. I'm going to read you some of mine just so that you get an example. And you probably can't see this, but I just save them in my phone. So when I put up a post, I can copy and paste whichever one is most relevant to that photo. So I have like a big Florida lifestyle kind of brand built into what I do. So some of the hashtags are Florida girl, Florida sky, beach bum, beach yoga, beach vacation. But then the more specific you get, so like St. Pete beach vacation is better than beach vacation, because then I'm going to talk to people that are specifically close to me. Not that people need to be close to you to work with them, but it just helps me connect with the people that are close. I automatically know we have something in common. Does that make sense?
Right.
So you'll come up with these clouds of 30, and the reason it's 30 is because that's how many hashtags you're allowed to use on a photo. And then every time you post a photo, pick the cloud that's most relevant and put it in a comment after the caption. Don't put it in your initial caption. These are just like Instagram algorithm tips, basically. Okay. Let me pull this back up. Oops. Here we go. 3 sets, 30, yep. Oh, and when you're looking for hashtags, because the idea of having to think of, 90 to 120 hashtags is obviously very overwhelming. If you go onto your Instagram and you go to the explore page and you start typing hashtags, so if you start typing in like hashtag Florida girl, Instagram will give you a ton of other things that are related to that hashtag so that you don't even have to think of them yourself. Instagram will tell you, here's what people are using. And hashtags are really just a way for people to find you, to connect with you. So as a new coach, I would look for hashtags that have, they also tell you how many people are using them. I would look for ones that have between like 50,000 and 500,000, or maybe even a little less uses. Otherwise, you kind of get buried in that hashtag page. The more your account grows, the larger kind of hashtags you can use. And you do kind of want to mix it up. So the more specific you can get, the better. And then avoid hashtags that are so general that they have millions of uses. For example, hashtag fitness will never get you anywhere because there's like 50 million uses. Does that make sense?
Right. It's too broad.
Way too broad. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's kind of the very entry level about your social media and kind of getting it out there that you're a new coach, asking people to just support you by liking or sharing. You're not even asking them to purchase anything at this point in time. So not super scary. In your new coach mentorship, which is just an online kind of platform, it's called Thinkific. It's linked in our team page, and I'll send that to you as well. It'll actually go through modules of how to do all of these things and use your social media and get into inviting. But your number one goal as a coach is to reach Emerald rank. We say that this is kind of when you actually open the doors to your business, because that's when you unlock income potential that isn't just commissions. So Beachbody is great because, excuse me, as a new coach, you can start earning commission on day one from the products that you sell from your website, which is super cool. A lot of other companies have requirements that you need to meet in order to earn commission, and Beachbody doesn't have that. You're a coach, you pay $15 a month for your website, you can earn commission no matter what, which is awesome. But in order to start to unlock those other forms of income, the bonuses, the team cycle bonus, the rewards and incentive programs, like you need to start by reaching Emerald, which really is just signing up 2 coaches underneath you, whether they are someone who wants to work the business or someone who's enjoying Shakeology and just wants the discount. Because that's the other thing that's important to know, is that there's actually no obligation to work the business as a coach. It's kind of like a customer loyalty program, essentially. So for example, like Amazon Prime, you pay a fee in order to benefit from the $2 next day shipping or whatever it is. With Beachbody, you pay the fee to benefit from saving 25% on all items and having the ability to build an income. So your Emerald can come from people that you're super comfortable with in your life. Mine was my husband and my mom. I just asked both of them to help me get to this next level. if they want to cancel after 30 days, if they don't love it, if they're not benefiting from the products that they're using, they can cancel. We have a full training as well on how to reach Emerald, but that should be goal number one, is to reach Emerald. You're going to earn back your challenge pack purchase. You're going to unlock the door to start earning the real kind of sources of income that Beachbody offers. Plus you get some cool gifts, which is always a fun little added perk. But we do have a training again on how to reach Emerald, 2 coaches. And the other thing to know too is it can seem a little scary, but our training actually shows you how you can do it within an hour. So some coaches will sign up, they understand what it means to hit Emerald and the bonuses, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Some people do it in a day, some people it takes a few weeks, but that's kind of your number one, like, let's get this going goal. The next thing I want to talk about, and again, I'm just going to keep reiterating this, we have a full training on this, so don't worry about remembering everything, but Success Club. Success Club is for a coach who wants to earn an income with this and is serious about the business. Success Club is a non-negotiable. All Success Club is 3 challenge pack sales a month. You get 2 Success Club points for every challenge pack that you sell. Does that make sense so far? Mm-hmm. So you've purchased a challenge pack. Mostly of you listening to the recording have probably also purchased a challenge pack. That just means you're bundling Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology or other supplements. But 1 challenge pack sale equals 2 Success Club points. So 3 challenge pack sales a month gets you 6 Success Club points and Success Club for that month. Points are reset every single month. The perks of this is that 1, you've more than covered your cost of your own Shakeology, which is nice, but you've also made a profit, which is important as well. 2, you start to earn those incentive rewards. So Beachbody sends gifts for hitting Success Club at certain time periods. I send a gift to my coaches every month who hit Success Club. Coaches who hit Success Club regularly earn 135% more than coaches who aren't hitting Success Club. And what people love the most is that this is how you earn our free vacations. So the Mexico trip, the Punta Cana trip, the cruise this year, all of those trips are earned for 2 people by just you hitting Success Club consistently every month. So that's a huge perk as well. And then lastly, about Success Club, coaches who earn it for their first 3 full months as a coach get a free ticket to Coach Summit, which is our big coach event that we have once a year. I shouldn't have done this outside. It moves cities pretty frequently, but for the last 2 years, we've been in Indianapolis, but we've done Vegas, we've done Nashville, we've done New Orleans. It's a really, really fun trip, but you're also learning at this event from all the top coaches. You get to work out live with the trainers. You hear all the announcements about new products. And my favorite part, honestly, is that the team that mostly just sees each other on calls like this or met each other on social media and have never met in real life gets to actually meet and hang out and work out together. And it's a really amazing bonding experience. And you just are surrounded by thousands of coaches who get it, who get what you're doing, who understand the value in this. And it's a really powerful thing. So Success Club, really important kind of focus to set for yourself every single month. Next, there are a few calls and like resources that, well, not a few, there are a lot of calls and resources that are available to you. One, and you're in the virtual bootcamp, so you know about this, it's pinned at the top. But we have our Miracle Morning Zoom that's open to our entire organization. So it's open to coaches on the team, it's open to any coaches that you sign up, and it's open to any of your customers from now until forever. It's called the Miracle Morning Zoom, and it's a call just like this that's open from 6 a.m. to noon Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And you just log on. Everybody is muted. There is no conversation. There is no nothing. But it's kind of just like extra accountability where people log on at whatever time works for them. They hop on and off whenever they can. Some people work out. Some people work their business. Some people are reading their personal development. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. It's just kind of like our office hours, so to speak. And there is a chat where people can talk, but everything is muted. It's super quiet. Sounds a little silly, and to be honest, it took me a while to start joining it. But again, there's something really powerful about really putting yourself into this community and getting that extra support and forming these friendships. It also makes it really cool when you finally meet in person at an event and you're like, oh, I kind of have been working out with you every day for like 6 months and now we actually get to meet. So it's really fun. The link is in our team page as well as in the bootcamp page for you to join any day of the week. I would challenge you to join on Monday, even if you just hop on for a minute, take a look, see what you think. But I do really recommend that you try to get on it as often as you can. Our team call. Team calls are super important. For right now, it's Tuesday evenings at 8:30 Eastern. And ours specifically usually run about a half an hour, 30 minutes. And it's just a training call. So I will see kind of what the team is going through, what the biggest struggles are, and we'll go over a specific training that each week. So sometimes it's about social media and Instagram. Sometimes it's about inviting techniques and how to form new connections. Sometimes it's about, groups that we can run together. But everything is really valuable for your business. They are recorded, but there's a huge benefit on getting on live because you can ask your questions as it comes up and get multiple perspectives as people respond back. Doesn't matter what level coach you are. The calls are super helpful, and another way to, again, bond with your team. And they're open to anybody that you sign up and anybody that they sign up. There's no kind of boundaries on that call. The more the merrier. So yeah, I like to recommend, I do announce it every week in the team page on Facebook, but I recommend putting it in your calendar and kind of just trying to hop on live as often as you can. We also do one Sunday team call a month, just to kind of incorporate people who are in different time zones. We have a lot of coaches that are starting to sign up in the UK and on the West Coast, and we like to try and switch around the times to make it more accessible for people who maybe can't do the 8:30 call on a weekday. All right, couple more things. So one of the biggest fears that new coaches have and how to get started is they don't really know how to run a challenge group. Or if you're in a challenge group and you don't think that you can kind of put that together and have enough people join it, and you're just kind of nervous on putting yourself out there and inviting, run a free group. So for example, you can do a 5-day or a 7-day healthy eating group where each day you're just sharing a recipe or a nutrition tip. You can run a squat challenge or a gratitude challenge or a water challenge. A lot of my girls love stretch challenges. Like you guys have been doing that in the virtual boot camp. You can do this as a separate group, and then it kind of takes the fear away from inviting because you're not asking people to spend any money. You're not asking people to sign up with anything. You're inviting them to something free that's going to benefit them. But on the other side of things, it's also going to help them get to know you and start to trust you as a resource and as a coach. So there's a lot of value in offering a free group. If you want to do that with someone, I'm happy to do it with you or have you add people to my free group. I just started one recently because I haven't done it since I was a new coach, and there is so much benefit in it. And so now this is something that I'm doing again myself. But it'll help. It really does take the ease off inviting. You can partner with other coaches, whether they're on our team or another team, and run one together. But that's kind of like an easy way to get into, hey, I'm a coach, here's what I have to offer kind of a thing. So yeah, helps get coming with inviting. People think, okay, yeah, this is the thing. People think that Beachbody coaching is easy, and it's not. It's scary to put yourself out there. It's a lot of hard work. There is a lot of no's. You're going to get a lot of rejection. So being able to offer these groups and get practice and start to build your own confidence with inviting and providing value is going to be really helpful for when it comes time to start to really build your challenge group and your business and build and sell challenge packs. You can start, and a lot of people do, and if you have the ability to do this, I recommend it. Start with your warm market. If you have friends and family who are willing to support you and try something out because this is something that's important to you, that's amazing. Like I said, my first customer ever was my mom. She was my first coach. She signed up. She did want to try the 21-day fix, but she signed up as a coach to help me and fell in love with Shakeology, and she lost a lot of weight. She came off her medication. Like it benefited her too. It wasn't like it was just a win for me. It's a win-win mostly for the people who decide to help you. My husband too did it as a favor. If you have friends and family that you feel comfortable asking to support you, that's all you have to do. There's no script you need to follow. There's no like specific thing you need to say. You're not a Beachbody robot. just ask them. Say, I started this new thing. I'm looking to kind of get my business up and running. I need some practice. Would you be willing to support me? And if you don't have that, that's okay. There are tons of people who don't have that at all. It's still possible, but utilize it if you do. That's a great kind of benefit if you have a super supportive circle. Okay, your coach online office. It's really easy to log in. You're going to go to teambeachbody.com, sign in with your email and password, click on coach online office. They'll have you sign in again. It's a double security thing. And then you're in your coach office. What I want you to do first in there, and we'll do an in-depth kind of training, and actually corporate sent you a video when you signed up as a coach introducing your coach online office. But if you go in, the most important thing as a new coach is to click on the training tab and look at the first 30 section. So first 30 minutes, first 30 hours, and first 30 days. This is going to show you how your back office works. It's going to help you kind of sit down and organize your goal for the business. It's going to give you all the contact information about, me and our team, and kind of just let you understand the basics, how to set up your direct deposit, all of that kind of stuff. The first 30 days section is our new coach training, which is the website that I was telling you about. So it's housed on something called Thinkific. It's a 3-week training with 1 lesson per day that you can move through at your own speed. So some people will do 1 lesson a day. I think there's actually 19 lessons. Some people, take 1 lesson and they say, well, I got that. I'm going to move on to the next one. So you move through it at your own pace. But every single action item that's posted in that new coach training is super important to do. So a lot of new coaches, a mistake that I see is they'll read through it and they'll write it down and then they'll move through the whole 19 days really quickly, but they're not taking the time to do each action item before they move on to the next training. And that's a mistake, because then these things aren't sinking in and you're not taking action. We can sit and learn and take notes forever, but if you're not taking action, your business is going to stay stagnant. And I want you to build it. I want you to be successful with this. That's pretty much it for this first call. I know I flew through it. I know that's a lot of information. I just wanted to give you the surface of each of these foundational things, so that then when you're in the new coach training, none of this is a foreign language, and you'll get in-depth trainings on your social media, on inviting, on Success Club, all that kind of stuff. But overall, treat this business like a business. That doesn't mean you have to work it for 8 hours a day. I know for most people you can't and you don't want to. That's the point. But you wouldn't skip a meeting with your boss or just not show up to work one day. So treat this the same way. Schedule when you're going to work your business, whether it's 20 minutes or an hour, or if you have 3 hours, whatever. Put it into your schedule for the day and take it really seriously. Because the truth is that this isn't going to go anywhere if you don't take it seriously and put value behind your own time and how you're treating your time. The last thing I want is for you to sit down and think you're working your business for 6 hours, but not actually accomplish anything. It's amazing what you can do in 1 single hour if you know and take what you're learning and put it into action. So, do you have any specific questions for me before you start this new coach mentorship?
I don't think so. I've been looking online too, and I think the coach office, the training and everything like that is pretty, it's really in depth. So I think it makes it a little bit easier, but I'm a little nervous too, but just listening to you, you can take baby steps. Like my mom wants to get in on it, and so does Tanner, my fiance. So maybe just starting there and then branching out.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's so great when you have people that are supportive like that and who want to do it too. It's a really great place to start. As you build your business, you will likely sign up coaches who don't have that support system. And that's why it's really important to know, okay, this isn't the only way to build the business, And the truth is, your warm market, no matter how supportive your friends and family are, will run out eventually, which is why it's a perfect place to start and kind of get that momentum going and practice, right? Because it's much easier to feel like you don't know what you're doing when it's your fiance or your mom. Get your practice and work with them as your first challengers or your first coaches, even if it's for the discount. And then as you start to go through the training and build your social media and build out your network, you'll feel more confident reaching out to those people when it's time for you to do so. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Perfect. I mean, you could literally hit emerald with the two of them, which would be really cool.
Great.
Any other questions?
None from me. I think I'm good.
Vanessa, Leah, did any of your coaches give you any questions that they could benefit from me going over?
Negative. Mine, her computer internet stuff wasn't working, so she couldn't hop on.
That's okay. We'll send the recording.
No, I actually felt really good yesterday. I'm on a group call with two of my coach, well, my coach and then a coach that she signed up, and they had a question and I was able to answer it, and I felt so good about that. So it's starting, because in the beginning when I first signed up my coach, I just felt bad because I was like learning along the way with her, but she's great, so she didn't mind it. But it does get easier because you just start to learn it, and once you start learning it, it just comes naturally, and it just works. It just happens.
That's such a good point too. So this is another thing that a lot of coaches make the mistake of, is they think that they need to know everything to do this, but this is very much a learn in the moment kind of thing. It would be, I've been doing this for 5 years, and there's still times where I'll get a question and I'm just like, can you hold on 1 second? I will find out for you. And like, you don't need to know the answers to everything. You learn as you go through the experience. And it's also, I think, better that way, because it's like, what's the point? Not what's the point, but I'd rather you focus your energy and attention on these fundamentals and on building your business. And then as you run into a situation, ask, rather than like come up with possible scenarios in your head and like pre-plan how you would handle them. Because that's just not going to help you move forward. And like Vanessa said, you literally learn more and more as things come up and as questions are asked. And that's what the team is for. So Vanessa handled that question on her own, which is awesome. But if she didn't know the answer, she could do a live chat and talk to corporate. She could check FAQs in the back office. She could put a post in our team page. She could message me. Like, there are so many resources that you're not ever doing this by yourself. Even though you're your own coach and you will build your own team, your team is part of this team, which is part of a bigger team. So you're never kind of left to figure it out. We kind of go through it together, and you learn as each thing comes up.
And I don't know if anybody here has worked retail, but I like to compare it to that, because when I was working retail, I would try on all the different clothes. So then when customers would come in, I knew exactly what to offer them, what would fit their body type, or something like that. But it's easy to relate. So if you really do learn, like, try the products and know how it makes you feel, you'll be able to sense that in somebody else. Since doing like the video chats, people will start saying like what they're having issues with or something. For instance, one person I talked with about the eating habits and just having munchies at the night. So I know from experience that the shakes or the beach bars come in handy. So I was able to offer them that. So that helps too.
That's such a good point. And it's actually, I don't remember what I was going to say. I think you just covered it. That's awesome. It's awesome. Cool. Anything else?
I think so.
All right. Also, when it comes to recommending programs and stuff, there's so many workouts. So obviously, like, you probably won't be able to get through every program by the time a question comes up. But Beachbody also gives resources in your back office it's like actually a huge chart essentially that says the program, who it's best for, the goals that it targets, limitations that should be avoided. So worst comes to worst, if you can't figure it out, if you don't know the answer yourself, if you can't see it and get the answer from a live chat, if you ask the team and the team doesn't know, there's this resource that literally will say, kind of, you look at what the person you're talking to said and you match it up on this chart, and you're able to recommend a program that way, which is so helpful. So you don't need to be the expert. And that's kind of the beauty of Beachbody too. We're not trainers. Mm-hmm. So don't pretend to say like, something that you're not sure about, like safety obviously is super important. So use those resources to make the recommendations. Cool. All right, well, if no one else has any questions, I'm going to stop recording. We're good?
We're good.
We're good. Cool.